Tell me about the next two books you're writing. You've got the Wuhan cover up and the Vaxxed Unvaxxed. Where are you going with these next two pieces?
Um, I have, well, the Vax Unvax is a project that I've been working on for many years where we've been looking at all of the every study. The CDC will not let you do, or NIH will not allow you to do a study that compares vaccinated all health outcomes in vaccinated populations versus unvaccinated populations. You may say to me, well, how does CDC prevent you from doing that? They can prevent you because NIH controls between NIH and Gates and Wellcome Trust, which is the UK version of the Gates Foundation. They control 63% of the biomedical research in the world. And the Chinese control a lot of the remaining who are aligned with them. And so if you're a university and you let a young professor do this kind of study, they have the capacity to punish not only that professor, but your entire institution. So they block people from doing these studies. But nevertheless, we've been able to find that in the several years of looking on PubMed, which is the archive for all the peer-reviewed publications in the world, millions and millions of them, we've been able to find 75 studies that did that. And what we do is we make uniform graphs. It's very easy for people to understand the studies, and they're very dramatic. They show that in every case we've been able to find, and if we find a case where there's actually a good health outcome for vaccinated people, we will put it up there. We haven't been able to find one. In every case, the unvaccinated people are much healthier. I mean, vaccinated kids have 30 times the level of allergic rhinitis as unvaccinated. They have, from 4.2 to 11 times the rate of autism, ADD, ADHD, diabetes, speech delay, language delay, tics, rheumatoid arthritis are all elevated in vaccinated children compared to unvaccinated. And we have 75 of these studies, and they're published in a very, very readable way. So you can just look at the graphs. It's like a picture book. But we also have all the explanations. So that's one. The other is I did the last chapter of the Fauci book was going to be about the Wuhan lab and what happened. And I have been able, I've spent now a year really researching that and deep diving. And, that book should come out the first of the year.
Okay. Yeah, again, we started talking about the Wuhan lab in mid 2020. And I mean, on top of all the other things that people were having a hard time digesting, that was one that was way out there for a lot of people. And then as time went on. And when Biden came into power and he said, we're actually now investigating that possibility, I just had to laugh out loud because for so many months and maybe I guess over a year or so, people thought that was just the most ridiculous thing that they could even conceive of. And now there's just so many things that point towards it. I guess this is something that needs to be talked about, and that's why you're going to write the book about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert, is there anything you've gotten wrong over the last 2 years? Anything you wish you hadn't said or hadn't have done? Or, yeah, just curious.
I think I don't think. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that I've done wrong. Oh, it does, for some reason it doesn't come right to my mind. I think on most of the issues that I've been frighteningly correct. I mean, the Wuhan lab. I think even Jeffrey Sachs, who was the point man for the orthodoxy, he was put in charge by the Lancet of running running the investigation, and he brought in Peter Daszak of all people to be his lead investigator. And he now, last week he came out in the Lancet article and said it almost certainly came from the Wuhan lab and it was developed with US technology. Now, when I said that 2 years ago, that that was a high probability, I was evicted from Telegram, from Instagram, and lost 1 million followers because that was vaccine misinformation. And all of the other stuff that I've been talking about, which is in the book, about masks from the beginning, about lockdowns, about the deficits in the vaccination protocols, about the issue of natural immunity, the superiority of natural immunity compared to vaccine-induced immunity. On all of those central issues, I think the current events now show that I was correct.
I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year is going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?